I made a video asking a very simple question. Why don't I hear white people calling each other cracker, but I hear black people calling each other the N-word all the time? That was the question. I'm not asking what the word means. I'm not asking for a history lesson. I'm not asking you to explain slavery to me. I know. I know where the word cracker comes from. I know the history. I know the arguments surrounding the N word. I know all that. I'm asking a very specific question. Why don't we commonly hear white people calling each other cracker while we do commonly hear black people using the N word with each other? That's the assignment. And somebody jumps in my comments talking about, well, cracker mean master because slave called their masters crackers because they cracked the whip. Stop. Stop. You missed the assignment. That's like me asking you, why does dogs bark or your dog bark when the mailman comes? And you give me a 45-minute lecture on the history of the United States Postal Service. I didn't ask you all that. I didn't. I'm asking why. And that's when I started thinking, are we actually listening to each other anymore? Because this shit happens all the time. You ask somebody one question, they answer a completely different question with confidence. And that's what got me thinking about how much basic information people seem to be missing nowadays. You ask somebody, how many seconds are in a minute? And they hit you with 120. I'm dead serious. 120. Where the hell did the extra 60? Where did it come from? A minute has 60 seconds, not 120. That's not a minute anymore. That's a minute and a half. Then you ask, how many minutes are in an hour? They're looking around like somebody about to slide them the answer. I'll help you. 60. That's not advanced mathematics. That's an hour. Shut up. And don't even get me started on maps. Maps. You know, the piece of paper with roads on it? Some people couldn't find their way out of a fucking parking lot without Google Maps saying, in 500 feet, make a U-turn. And they still missed the turn. Back in the day, you could hand me a map and say, find this address. I don't fold that thing across the entire hood of the car and get completely lost for 45 minutes arguing with everybody in the vehicle. And eventually, we get there. Today, my GPS is dead. Well, congratulations. You live here now. And a rotary phone. You show some kids a rotary phone, they look at you like you just bought them an artifact from King Tut's tomb. What is that? That is a phone. You actually had to dial the number. And if you screwed up the last digit, you didn't hit backspace. You didn't edit. You didn't swipe. You started that motherfucker all over again. And then I saw this teacher talking to fifth graders. And these kids actually believe people from my generation lived in black and white. They thought we walked around in black and white. The teacher was going from room to room, asking them questions. And these kids actually believe when we were growing up, the world we looked at was like old television shows. Are you kidding me? What did you think happened? Did somebody invent color in 1987? Did I wake up one morning and go, holy shit, the world's in color? And this is why I keep thinking about those old television shows. Because those shows have something that seems to be disappearing. People could take a joke. Look at All in the Family, Archie Bunker. Was saying some of the most outrageous, racist, ignorant shit you could possibly put on television. And that was the point. You weren't supposed to look at Archie Bunker and say, damn, that's a role model? You were supposed to recognize the character, understand the joke, and understand that the show was dealing with uncomfortable subjects through comedy. Then you had George Jefferson on the Jefferson running his mouth and talking shit to everybody. Yeah, JJ on Good Times screaming, "That don't mind!" And then you had Owner on Different Strokes looking at somebody like, "What are you talking about, Willis?" That was television. Characters were allowed to be ridiculous. They were allowed to say outrageous things. They were allowed to make you uncomfortable. And you didn't have to agree with everything somebody said to understand the joke. That's called having a sense of humor. Now you make a joke and somebody needs a therapist, a safe space, 3 witnesses and a school administrator, and a press conference. You could jokingly tell a boy, "Man, you hit like a girl." And instead of laughing, he's like, "That's offensive." Wait, what? I was insulting your punching ability. Next thing you know, he's crying, calling an attorney, organizing a protest. "No justice, no peace. He said I hit like a girl." Back in the day, somebody would have said, "Man, shut up. Shut the hell up." And we both laughed and kept playing. Nobody needed a congressional hearing. Nobody needed a candlelight vigil. And listen, I'm not saying feelings don't matter. I'm saying sometimes you got to develop a sense of humor. Because every little joke destroys your entire emotional infrastructure, life is going to be one long ass day. And I'm not saying young people are stupid. I'm not. I'm saying we've got to access more information than any generation in human history. We got access. And some people don't even know what the hell to do with it. You got Google in your pocket. You got YouTube. You got Wikipedia. You got AI. You can find an answer to almost anything in 5 seconds. And yet, somebody can still completely miss the question you just asked them. That's the part that got me. Because being intelligent isn't knowing everything. It's not. It's about understanding the question. It's about listening. It's about thinking. It's about being curious enough to say, "Wait, exactly is this person asking?" And if you don't know, go find out. You don't have to pretend you're an expert. You don't have to give a history lecture. I didn't request. Just answer the damn question. So when somebody asks me why I'm always talking shit, I'm not talking shit. I'm conducting an unofficial investigation into the decline of common sense. And every day, the evidence is getting worse. But let me bring this back to what I actually do, okay? Pets. Because I'm a pet podcast guy. And let me tell you something. Sometimes the pets are the most smartest ones in the damn room. Your dog knows when it's hungry. The dog knows when it needs to go outside. The dog knows when you're pissed off. The cat knows exactly where the kitty litter box is at. And the human somehow is standing there saying, "Why does my dog keep chewing on my furniture?" "Because you left him alone for 14 hours, you bum." "Why does my puppy keep having accidents?" "Because it's a fucking puppy." You don't need a PhD to own a dog, but you do need common sense. You need to know what you're feeding it. You need to know how to train it. You need to know how to take care of it because your pet can't Google the damn answers. You're the human. So use the big, beautiful brain God gave you. Learn something. Ask questions. Listen to the question before you answer it. Take a joke. Read a damn map. Figure out what a rotary phone is. And for the love of God, learn how many seconds are in a minute. And if somebody under 25 asks you what a rotary phone is, don't get mad. If they don't know what a map is, don't get mad. If they think we live back in black and white, don't get mad. Just look at them. Pause for dramatic effect and say, what are you talking about, Willis? Now go learn something. And if you get offended by this video, sticks and stones, baby. Sticks and stones. This is Stupid People with Pets, where sometimes the pets are the smartest one in the room. Dynamite! You know that one? And remember, think for yourself, laugh at yourself, and whatever you do, don't let the comment section raise you.